Day 2 of Chapter 3, Section 6 on Compound Inequalities starts with a little bit of review. Remember, when you're solving and graphing these compound inequalities, you're welcome to use either of the two methods. You can either split it up, in which case you would have negative 4 is less than k plus 3 for your first inequality, and k plus 3 is less than 8 for your second inequality. I personally kind of like the all at once method, so I would use the double train tracks, and then I would subtract 3 from each section for a final answer of negative 7 is less than k, which is less than 5. Okay, to graph this, I need to make sure I have all the way from about negative 8 to 6, which is kind of a big jump, but we're going to try to squeeze it in here. So negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an extra 1 just to make it show what we're doing here. All right, so I need both of them to be open circles. The first at negative 7, the second at 5, and my k is greater than negative 7, but less than 5. So everything in between, not including negative 7 and 5, is what gets graphed. All right, hopefully that brings back yesterday's lesson a little bit, because now we're going to do it with word problems. All right, so first, to earn a B in your algebra course, you must achieve an unrounded test average between 84 and 86, inclusive. Okay, so inclusive again means that 84 and 86 would be a possibility. You scored 86, 85, and 80 on the first 3 tests of the grading period. What possible scores can you earn on the 4th and final test to earn a B in the course? Okay, notice this said average. Okay, so the first thing we have to be reminded about is how to find average, or what it means. Okay, to find the average, we have to add up all of the scores and divide by the amount of numbers that I added together. So in this case, we have to have 4 scores added together and find the average, and it has to fall somewhere between 84 and 86. Okay, so I need to add up what I've got. 86 plus 85 plus 80, plus I have one more test to take, and then I'll have to divide that by all 4 of those tests. That's how I'm going to find the average. And this average has to be in between 84 and 86. So it has to be greater than or equal to, because of this word inclusive, or less than or equal to 86. We only want to be, so we're not worried about higher than 86. All right, so the first thing that I would do is try to get that 4 off the bottom, because we don't want a fraction. That just complicates things. All right, I'm going to do the all-in-one method, so I'm going to multiply by 4 to get rid of that in each part. 84 times 4 is 336. On this side, it just gets rid of my 4's. And I'm going to add these all up on top so I can just shorten this up a little bit. 86 plus 85 plus 80 happens to be 251. Plus x is all I'm left with in the middle. And 86 times 4 is 344. None of my symbols change because I did not multiply or divide by a negative. Okay, next step to getting that x by itself is to subtract 251 on all parts. Okay, that leaves me with 85 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 93. So that means on this 4th test that I'm going to take here, I have to get somewhere between an 85 and a 93 inclusive in order to get that B in class. Suppose you scored a 78, 78, and 79 on the first 3 tests. Is it possible for you to earn a B in the course? Okay, we're using that same information from that last one we did. Assume that 100 is the maximum grade you can earn in the course and on the test. So we're still looking for an average, only this time we have different scores that we're working with. Our first 3 were 78, 78, 79, and then we have one more to take. And it said we had to be in between 84 and 86. So I still have to be greater than or equal to 84, or less than or equal to 86. And because this is an average, we're going to divide by 4. Okay, so just like last time, we're going to multiply by 4 everywhere to get rid of that denominator. 84 times 4, still 336. These cancel out. When I add up 78 plus 79, I get 235 plus x. And 86 times 4 is still 344. Symbols didn't change. Okay, now subtract 235 to get x alone. Okay, that tells me that I would have to get somewhere between a 101 and a 109. Now the question actually said, is it possible for us to earn a B if 100 is the maximum grade? So this one is no, not possible. The lowest score I could get is a 101, and that's not an option in this class. All right, solving a compound inequality with the word or. What are the solutions of 3x plus 2 is less than negative 7 or negative 4x plus 5 is less than 1? Okay, these we're just going to solve as two separate inequalities. So I'm going to start with a 3x plus 2 is less than negative 7. Okay, this is a regular old two-step problem, and then we just have to watch to make sure we're not multiplying or dividing by anything negative. So here's our couple. I'm going to try to get rid of my third wheel first. Leaves me with 3x is less than negative 9. Divide by 3. And x is less than negative 3. It's my first part of this compound inequality. The second one said negative 4x plus 5 is less than 1. So I subtract 5. Leaving me with negative 4x is less than 4. Divide by negative 4, and because I'm dividing by a negative, I'm going to switch my sign to get x is greater than negative 1. The big or in the middle. So my x's could be less than negative 3 or greater than negative 1, and they want me to graph that to show you what that would look like. So if I have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, and 0. I have an open circle at negative 3, and my x's would be less than that. Open circle at negative 1, and my x's would be greater than that. So these numbers in between wouldn't work, but anything going either direction, the other ways, would. Okay, last one. I think if you want to pause the video after I write these out and give it a shot and then come back, that would be perfect. Okay, so negative 2y plus 7 is less than 1, or 4y plus 3 is less than or equal to negative 5. Okay, pause the video here, try to solve this on your own, and if you've got this, then you're ready for the assignment. Come back and check your answers when you're finished. All right, if you did it and you got y is greater than 3 or y is less than or equal to negative 2, you are ready for the rest.